Welcome back to our channel, my dear family and friends. Let me just get the microphone set up. I um I forgot to set it up, but I'll do that right now. I'm going to be focusing on the sum of all fears just a little bit because there were three mentions of this movie on today's post on November 26th. I'm sorry, November 22nd post. The deltas. Could you get this free somewhere? Thanks, babe. Okay. All right. Sorry about the microphone situation. I think this is important because I don't really see anybody else mentioning
What's
this.
thing?
Yeah, I'll need that also. Hold on. Sorry about the impromptu nature of this situation here. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Okay. And then this. Yeah. Thank you. Can you just get this untangled? Like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, but it doesn't quite reach. Just turn that thing around. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm back on my main mic. Let's make sure. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to put on the chats. This is a platform to me. Okay, so we have some people. Great. I know it's late, but I really wanted to put out this post. I've been wanting to do this all day, and just to bring an awareness to this. Amy Trailer, hey, from Northern Michigan, I remember you. Grateful Power, Never Miss Company. Yeah, it's great to see everyone. Daniela said that broadcasting this late would
Saturday.
what
On a Saturday.
on a Saturday would not be a problem. It's 9 o'clock here. We're Mountain Standard Time, so if you're on the East Coast, I guess it's 11 o'clock. Hey, Ian Bell. So we have we have people from. If there are any problems on YouTube, let me know, and I can assign somebody to be a manager, somebody who's on right now. If we have any vicious trolls out there, they don't seem so vicious these days. They seem pretty harmless. Um, okay, so let's get to it. Let me show you the Q post that I'm talking about. This is November 22nd. That's the delta for today. Thank you, Anton. Hey, Anton, what's going on, man? Roasting beans. Hey, Bry. Yeah, I'm drinking out of your cup, man. I mean, and thanks for the we really like the Wyatt Earp. That's Daniela's and my favorite now from Western Idaho. Great to see everybody. Thank you so much. New Zealand. Wow. Phew. Do you ever run into? I mean, I mean, I know it's a big country, but uh, Carl from Magic Eyes. I don't know whatever happened to him. He's from New Zealand, but he put some posts out on Rumble that were just mind-boggling. Cool. So, okay, it's good to see you, Brian. I'm sorry we can't get together for Thanksgiving. We're kind of trapped up here, and we're doing a lot of building. We got some more windows today. We acquired four windows from our that are like on sale. They're like old windows, and we got them. So we're hoping to enclose the house. We have one wall left. Everything's cranked up now. Yeah. What do you mean, Anton? Just the tension, the level of tension. Yeah, it's definitely from St. Clair, Michigan. Are you close to is it Dearborn? The place where they're having the bikers are coming to hey Mary Red. Great to see everybody. I'm so happy we have 73 people already. Wow. 25 you're back. You're back from 25 years in Australia. Interesting. Yeah, they really made a mess of Australia, the deep staters. But yeah, so we're back on our old platform, back on Restream. I'm not connecting for some reason. I can't seem to connect to X, which I've been broadcasting on X, and I've managed to bring up my subscription to a lot of subscribers on X. So I don't want to abandon them from Boise. Nice, Adam Gottesman. Wow, man, God's man. So Dearborn, right? Dearborn's about 30 minutes west, right? It sounds like that's going to be a very pivotal place in the near future. I mean, it sounds like it's happening as we speak. There's a growing, obviously growing conflict. Ellie Wee, yeah, that's my. Hey, Jenny, good to see you. Thank you so much. I mean, it's difficult on X because I don't get chats when I'm on X. People are on edge. Friends of mine have been. Oh, uh-huh. Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, it's time for the shift to go public. Well, that's really what I want to talk about tonight, and I think the Q posts are pointing in that direction. The information streams, right? All the comms, XRP, Ripple. Yeah, I know. Today the switch has been made. I don't know if it's at midnight tonight or it happened midnight last night, but the switch has been made. The It seems to me like the cryptocurrencies are starting to move up. I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's a no-brainer that very shortly XRP and the ISO 222 coins will be basically running the financial system and depriving the banksters, the criminals of easy money. Good food in New Zealand. That's interesting. Yeah, we're loving Arizona. We live up in the mountains and we're making a go of it. We've been living in an RV for a year, and we have built a structure around us which we hope to move from the RV inside of the structure, move the RV out, and then continue building the structure. But we can't really put on a roof until we remove the RV. Yeah, for the reveal. Thank you. The old truther, yeah, thank you. All old truthers back on YouTube. Yeah, well, I got a channel back. I mean, I was removed 14. I lost 14 channels, and one of the channels, I think it's because somebody in Nepal kept my channel going to some degree. But I looked and I had 10,000 subscribers. I was like, well, I might as well go back to YouTube and see if I can finally make a living doing what I do. But that remains to be seen. But it's really exciting to be back on this platform because the communication between me and you is a lot easier. Rumble, I have Rumble and Facebook as and I am on X as well. It's eWebstar 13. Daniela was nice enough to make me some Wyatt Earp coffee. Some of Brian. If you haven't tried, what? No, yeah, no. It's not Wyatt Earp. Okay, but it's good coffee. At any rate, um, I want to get to the sum of all fears. I think it's really important. So let me go to the Q posts for today, the deltas for today. Awesome to see you, and I watch you on Rumble too. Thank you. Thank you, Liash. Liash. Thank you so much. I love you guys too, man. I mean, this is like it's really special to be back and to be able to see your chats so quickly that no other platform really is technically up to YouTube. There's some other issues that I don't want to go into, but okay. So let me go to today's deltas first. Okay. Uh, Today's deltas end with the sum of all fears. This is November 22nd, 2017. This is November 22nd, 2017. Three sides form what shape? Expand your thinking, reread crumbs. Recently, see, I can't manipulate it once I go back into that. But they Q a few days ago, or it's recently, well, recently 2017, 2018, there was a Q post that mentioned there were three sides to the triangle, and that Saudi Arabia was removed first. That means that in from 2017 to 2019, there was a tremendous cleansing of this bloody wonderland in Saudi Arabia. This was like Hillary's hangout place or something, but this was a child trafficking pedophile center of some sort. And they tried to kill Mohammed bin Salman in Las Vegas, which is near me now, and unsuccessfully. Trump saved his life. President Trump at the time saved his life. So there is a very strong connection, but they killed or imprisoned all the princes that were involved with this illicit trade, with this illicit criminal activity. The world is run by criminals, as you know. And we are just coming to realize it, and we're coming to the cleanup point. So what they said was that that while we were focused back in 2017, you and I were focused on arresting the bad guys, on D5, this avalanche of the funeral of George W. Bush, the senior, and thinking that everything was going to go down in America. Meanwhile, while we were all focused on things happening here, the real progress was being made in Saudi Arabia, and they cleaned up that side of the triangle. Of that triangle, the way that Q mentions the triangle is that Saudi Arabia, the Rothschilds, and Soros was the third side. It was plus 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 was Saudi Arabia, plus plus was the Rothschilds, and plus was Soros. So that was the three-sided triangle, and they said they removed one side. That was Saudi Arabia. Okay, so let's go back to those Q posts because wait, what happened here? Okay, here we go there. All right, so here's another mention. Where will it end up? U1, Uranium One, California, EU, Asia, Iran, North Korea. Three sides form what shape? Expand your thinking. Reread Crumbs. Who paid Barack Obama to attend Harvard? I believe it was Saudi Arabia. Why would this occur pre-political days? Who was the biggest contributor to the Clinton Foundation? The graphic is the key. Why does the mainstream media push conspiracy without investigation? Who controls the mainstream media? What does the word conspiracy mean to you? Has the word conspiracy have been branded to mean something shameful in today's society? The world cannot handle the truth. The pill cannot be swallowed by most. Risk in painting the picture, the sum of all fears. Okay, and then further down, that was from November 22nd, 2017. Also on November 27th, 2017, they mention Iran deal. Why is this relevant? Reread drops North Korea, Iran. What does it mean to be covered in gold? What couple was photographed covered in gold? The public release was a mistake. Who released the picture? Who has all the information? What does it mean to be covered in gold? How do you locate one other picture with the head covered in gold? What does this represent? And then there's a triangle, the sum of all fears. And then that was 195 and 194 is the same exact post with the sum of all fears at the end. What does this represent? Why was it so? Why was the sum of all fears mentioned three times on November 22nd? Okay. And why is November 22nd so important? Well, for one reason, because we are switching over to the ISO 222 coins, XRP, XLM. The old fiat system has been basically overridden by the quantum financial system. When will we actually see this? I don't know. Well, I mean, when will we see the effect of this tremendous switching off? All the funding for all these NGOs and everything else has been stopped from these welfare programs. From all these things are coming to an end, and the new quantum financial system begins. Also, November 22nd represents, and I was corrected, actually 62 years ago, from 1963 was when JFK supposedly was shot. The real JFK may have survived it. We don't know. I mean, this is just my own personal. I've been going down that rabbit hole for a while. So why mention the sum of all fears 3 times on November 22nd? And why was the song here? I'm gonna have to try this. Let's see. It is hold on. Was it Nussum? Nussum. Ugh, wait a minute. Nussum Dora. Right. Dorma. Okay. All right. Okay. And okay, so the Sum of All Fears, at the end of the Sum of All Fears, they play this song, Nussum Dorma, which means, I'll show you what it means. You can read it with me. Okay, so Nussum Dorma is an aria from the final act of the Italian composer Giacomo Puccini's opera Turandot, and one of the best known tenor arias of all times. Okay, I want to know the storyline. People ask, what is the story behind Nessun Dorma? Nessun Dorma is an aria from Turandot, right, sung by the character Prince Calaf at a moment of great tension. After successfully answering the cold Princess Turandot's riddles, she refuses to marry him, so he offers a counter challenge. He will die if she can discover his name by dawn. The aria is his confident response to her decree that no one in the city shall sleep until they find his name, a decree he believes will win despite the potential danger. So it involves the idea of no one will sleep until they find his name. No one will sleep until they find his name, and that is an aria that President Trump has been playing. I think it was played at the dinner with Mohammed bin Salman. No one shall sleep. Now, let's go back to the Sum of All Fears. In the Sum of All Fears, the kind of final act, they play this aria, and during this, while this music is playing, they killed all the bad guys in the Sum of All Fears. This is very important to understand, in my opinion, because I believe this is where we are heading right now. We are at the point where what happened in Saudi Arabia is about to happen publicly in the rest of the world. And we, as people who have been following and running down these rabbit holes, need to understand where we are holding in this grand narrative, this grand Q story that's unfolding before our eyes that we are really a very important part of as the digital, the pedestrian, the civilian wing of this conflict, the digital, namely the digital warriors. So what I believe they're saying is that once you know the name of the bad guys, once you understand them, they can take them down. And that's where we're holding in this grand narrative to reclaim the planet. Okay, so now I'm going to explain who the unnamed people were that were killed in the end of the sum of all fears and why this is so important. I'm a pretty good, like, I'm a fairly good student. I'm not, when I really like the class, I'm good, but Q mentioned a few movies that we should watch. The White Squall, Sum of All Fears, Godfather 3 was mentioned recently, and President Trump was dressing up in his Godfather outfit. He said that, I think it was this morning, he put out a post. Was it this morning? Yeah. He put out a post wearing like a red scarf and a kind of a Michael Corleone look about him. So Godfather 3 is also a very important reference that Q makes. Godfather 3 really deals with the fact that the Vatican was a, the financial wing, in a sense, of the mafia. And I don't want to go off on a tangent, but the part of the mafia is called the 'Ndrangheta from Calabria, and they have a kind of like an elite club that run the political world, run the politicians worldwide. There's like a committee, I forget what it's called, but it's the committee of whatever that essentially run the political landscapes on all countries. This is from the Ndrangheta. To even it's to even know about them is a very a kind of a weird thing. Oh, and to find out about them. Okay, but so let's go to the sum of all fears, because what is so important about the sum of all fears is, and I'm going to show you a clip. What I think is important. You just watch this clip from. This is from the movie premiere. Let's see if I get some of fears from the trailer. That's right, the trailer. Okay, so I want you to hear this part of the clip.
Hidden from me, Jack.
I will not let that happen.
And new enemies.
You don't fight Russia and America. You get Russia and America to fight each other and destroy each other.
Only two men.
Okay, that is the key, in my opinion, to the sum of all fears. That you don't get Russia to you don't fight with Russia. You don't fight with the United States. You get them to fight against each other. Then they showed you the Nazi symbol. So this is what has been going on in our world. We have a dark force that pits one country against each other, that creates these conflicts. The Muslim Christian conflict that's going on right now in America. This was set up by the same kind of deep state Nazi, if you will, organization. This is the way of the bankers and you all know this. This is, I'm not telling you anything new. But this is the key to understand that in the past, we thought it's communist China. It's if only we could control North Korea. And then, President Trump walks across the border, of course. That we were led to believe that it was, the Chinese communists that really are our enemy. And this is misleading, but this is what the sum of all fears really deals with. The idea that they were in the sum of all fears, these hidden players, this hidden hand, these Nazis, if you will, these small group of men were about to detonate a nuclear weapon in during like a Super Bowl or something in Virginia, so that the United States and Russia would go to war and destroy each other. That is the sum of all fears. It is a hidden enemy. And like in the song, once you know the enemy's name, right? And nobody can sleep until that happens. So this is, in my opinion, November 22nd, the anniversary of JFK's assassination. The establishment of a fair system of trade, which was one of the things that JFK was really about. He's like, you can't have phony money. You have to have asset-backed currency. You have to have silver, gold-backed currency. And that's what's happened today on the anniversary of JFK's assassination. So how does that relate to the sum of all fears? And what does it mean for us? It means that we are now, as a public, ready to understand that the real enemy is not communist China. It's not really the Muslim invaders, although they are part of this deep state operation. It is the central banks, big pharma, who were very interested in depopulation, the medical community, the legal community, of course, and all these things, all these illicit organizations, education as well, that we have accepted and thought, wow, they're just, these are politicians. They're okay, they're a little corrupt, but we had no idea how not only corrupt they were, but how in bed they were with each other, how they were all the part of the body of the snake. They weren't necessarily the head of the snake. It seemed like the head of the snake was the Vatican, the City of London, and Washington, D.C., that those three satanic capitals were essentially running the world. But they made it look like, it's this war. I mean, so how does it make sense that Obama gave pallets of cash to Iran? I mean, it goes way beyond our comprehension previously to understanding 17. And when 17 came around, and certainly 17 plus, we have an idea of how to understand our world and what's really happening. So in the sum of all fears, you have what looks like could be the beginning of World War III, this war between Russia and the United States, nuclear war. Submarines were moving. It was a very exciting movie. But how was this instigated? It was instigated by these behind the scene, let's just call them banksters or whatever, got a hold of a nuclear device that was left in the desert by accident by an Israeli pilot. They got a hold of this illicit device and had it set up to go off in Virginia. I don't remember that much specifically whether it was detonated. I seem to remember that in one of these movies there was an explosion, but I don't know. But the point is that it wasn't really the Russians. It was the evil hand. It was the withered hand, if you say, the black hand of the Illuminati. Call them Nazis, call them Illuminati, call them parasites, call them reptiles, call them what you will. But it is this hidden structure that has made it impossible for us to live comfortably, or the way we should be living on the planet. They are the matrix, and they've created this false matrix. Just tonight, I was Danielle and I were running around today. We ran into town. We bought a bunch of windows. We got some food. We have some guests coming for Thanksgiving, so we got a bunch of stuff. And it was, we ran around. We went to our place. We got a turkey. We got some fruits and all the little things that we try to collect whenever we go into town. And Daniela kept telling me, "You got to call T-Mobile. You got to call T-Mobile, right?" I'm like, I can't relate to it. But it turns out that we are like that if we don't pay our bill by tomorrow, we're going to be cut off. And she was very concerned because we have guests coming. They won't be able to reach us. We're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like they could just drive up to our house instead. We're 8 miles from the highway on very treacherous roads, and it's not easy to find where we live. But it's when you live off grid like we do, and you really have there's a sense that there's a windstorm. Like tonight, there's a windstorm and rain coming. It could be. It's scary when it's in the town, but when you're on the top of a mountain by yourself without a real house, it's real deal. It's like it's immediate, it's pressing, it's in your face. So then Danielle's like, you gotta contact these people. They're going to cut off our phone again tomorrow. So first of all, you try to call them up and they say, you can't talk to, there's no people here. I mean, I'm fighting this matrix also with my channel, with the fact that you can't just call up X and say, I'm on this new platform. I want to be able to live stream on X, but I can't connect. It's like there's no one to talk to. This is the matrix. And even X, they have a good heart, I assume, but it's maddening. So I'm on the phone, and they're saying like, you cannot resolve this by talking to a person. If you talk to a person, it's going to cost you a lot of money. But it's just like, I was on the phone for like, maybe how long? Like an hour. It felt like an hour doing nothing, and they were going to call us back in a half hour. But this is the matrix. This is the false reality. Like, well, they're telling me you can't not pay your bill because you made an agreement to pay the bill. So in order for you to not pay your bill, you have to cancel the initial agreement. I'm like, this is, can't I just talk to somebody? I said, I'll pay you right now. And they're like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, and that's the matrix. It's so full of convoluted rules and regulations and insanity that even the carbon-based life forms called humans they're like, oh no, you can't do that. I'm like, well, why not? Why can't I just pay you now? No, 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 no. Can't, and so this is the world, this is the reality that was created by these mobsters who are running the world. So what I'm saying is that Nussen Dorma, that nobody sleeps, and meaning the bad guys right now, and this is what I think this is the take home that I want people to understand, that the white hats are in control, in my opinion. I mean, you can get black pilled day and night. You can go on X and you can find out, oh no, the World Economic Forum is about to, march into my house and take my kids. And you can go down that route from now until you die. You can get stuck in that reality that there's no hope, that it's over, that they got us. Or you can come into, and it's my opinion that we as humans are master creators, that we are creating our reality. So if enough people believe that it's all over, it's essentially all over. I don't know how many people, but I know that the thought stream that makes sense to me is that we are in this situation of nobody sleeps, meaning the bad guys are up against the wall. They were taken out in Saudi Arabia, and now they're being taken out here. A bunch of these congressmen came on and told military people, don't obey the laws, you don't have to do it. They are, and President Trump right away called them out as treasonous actors. They need to be killed. The crime of treason is punishable by death. But what I think is happening, what is being signaled, in my opinion, by hearing the song from the Sum of All Fears, is that we now know who these people are. We know, it's the 13 bloodline families, it's the banksters, it's the pharmaceutical companies, all of these people, but that they cannot sleep right now because the the you know the justice is coming their way. Okay, is this suicide weekend? It could be. I don't know. I mean, it's a Saturday. Listen, they won't be able to steal our money anymore. The whole system has been quietly rerouted onto ISO 222 rails. They've been putting down XRP for years, but it looks to me like the price of XRP right now, to me, does not matter. It's never mattered, because I've been investing in XRP, not successfully. I mean, not completely successfully, but successfully enough for many years. And I don't look at the price. I am not concerned at all about where XRP is right now. Like, oh, my gosh, it's under $2. I'm like, well, gee, I wish I had more money so I can invest some more money, because I know that XRP is taking over the financial system. I know that the price is unimportant to me. It really just means, wow, I wish I had more money so I could buy some more, buy the dip, because things of real value have real value. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry. It's like gold and like silver. These have real value, and they're going to go up because they have real intrinsic value. So the sum of all fears, the mention of the sum of all fears on the day of JFK's assassination, on the day that the entire financial system was officially rerouted onto new rails, into new liquidity, into the XRP ledger, if you will, or the Ripple ledger, means that the bad guys are not going to sleep. And if you think that nothing is being done, I don't know what to tell you. There are a lot of people that really believe that nothing's being done. I see so much because I have eyes that lean that way. I mean, I'm open to seeing this incredible victory that we're about to experience, that we've already experienced. It's over for the bad guys. They're done. They are not sleeping right now, because all these sealed indictments, is it going to happen tomorrow? Is the EBS going to happen next week, right after Thanksgiving? There are people online saying that. I don't give that any credence whatsoever. I'm just like, when it happens, it happens. If the EBS is next week, I'll be delighted. I'll be dancing for joy with Daniela, because it'll mean, among other things, that the med beds will be available soon, and that I'll get to be 30 years younger, and I'll be closer in age to my beloved one. So it's just, we're coming into the promised land, in my opinion. But as evidenced by the Q post that the sum of all fears is mentioned 3 times, and that Trump is playing this Nussum Dorma, that they're not going to sleep at night. And in the movie, all the bad guys, the hidden bad guys that nobody knew about, not Russia, not the United States, but this small group of Nazi collaborators, were killed, were hunted down and destroyed. So I think this is incredibly good news, and I think it's just if you have eyes to see, that the white hats are in control. Daniela just alerted me to there was a channel taken down about climate control from X, and that apparently the reason they took it down is because they're going to take these people down. The people who are spraying the skies with poisons, it's like Nussum Dorma. They're being behind the scenes, please God. I hope this is all true. This is the narrative that I'm laying out, that behind the scenes, these people are being hunted down and destroyed, which is what they should be done. And they're saying Gitmo is expanding, and they're bringing more and more people down there. And there is the tribunals will soon be public, please God. But I think we're coming to the end of it. I really do. And I think that the fact that there are 3 Q posts, well, really two of the same posts and one other post that mention the sum of all fears, in conjunction with the fact that President Trump has been playing that song lately, to me is a very strong indication that the bad guys aren't sleeping now, because they're about to go down. There's nothing can stop what's coming in that respect. So I think that's the basic thing. So you're on John Dowling. Yeah, I've been on John. I love John Dowling. He's like, he's the only person that really reached out to me to broadcast during this time. So, I feel a great allegiance to John Dowling. He's had me on for every month for many months now. Why are you here on Saturday? It's good. I'm here on Saturday because I usually get a lot of people on Saturday, and I've just been burning to share this insight, even though I told people that I'm going to be back on Sunday, but I will be back tomorrow, God willing. Even though we'll start having guests coming for Thanksgiving, and it's a very small place, but hopefully I'll be able to broadcast anyway. These are exciting times. What was I? Okay, so let's take a minute and just look at the thought stream. Let's look at X just a little bit to confirm, or these ideas that I put out so far. Oh, let's go to the big channel. Okay, so what are we seeing now? Right now, in gold, deltas. What they now? This is for the same Q post that I mentioned. Why is this relevant? Reread the right. What is this all information? Connect 3 minutes later at 9. Okay, so I'm saying sum of all fears. In these 2 posts, the end of the post is the sum of all fears. Breaking Obama exposed by the man who knew him best. Rod Blagojevich, I can't pronounce it, says Barack Obama asked him to make a phone call to get his husband, Michelle Obama, a $300,000 a year job at the University of Okay, so that's massive crime. In other words, the bad guys are being exposed, just like sum of all fears. Massive crime and looting in the Chicago area, and you have this governor Pritzker, who does nothing about it. All the bad guys are being exposed. Military preps for massive child rescue op in Venezuela. The bad guys are about to go down, just like in the Sum of All Fears. Countries that have banned the use of fluoride. Okay, why is this location turned off again? I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to just skip by it. Helping Bill Gates as a psycho, count suspended, right? The sinking of the Titanic. Okay, the White Rabbit, sinking of the Titanic, the assassination of JFK, 9/11, Maui fires, LA fires, the COVID pandemic, the climate hoax, floods, famine, all these terror attacks, not by religious groups, but by extremist terrorists in banking. Interesting. We know about the Titanic. Show that it was created in Israel. Okay, so the Mossad, where we go one, we go all, this kind of stuff. Turns out that the U.S. Department, DHS, caught operating out of Tel Aviv, Israel. I get that they run our government and all, but y'all haven't heard of VPN. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not going to go for that. But at this moment, what I love most about being born in America, I get to clean and polish my beautiful AR while knowing that we're about to tap into our birthright. Yeah, AR. When we get started, we ain't going to stop. Looks like cowboys and Indians. Get these terrorists out of our out of our country now. So this is becoming a big thing. Is President Trump dismantling the Anglo-American elite's global order to liberate the economy? Yes. How long is this post? Let's listen to this.
Change green energy. They don't tell you that Donald Trump has been dissembling the Anglo-American elite's rules-based international order piece by piece in his first 10 months in office. That's what has been strangling our economy. We've had globalist controls on credit, outsourced industrial and energy supply chains, green energy mandates, and forever wars. All of them drained us. Trump has broken and is breaking all those chains.
Okay, that's huge and very profoundly on the money. It's gotten so bad in Minnesota, the police are saying they are Somalians first. Okay, that's interesting. Trump says U.S. military courts are now looking into Democrat sedition. Trump was asked if he's worried some troops might disobey direct orders after Democrats released their shocking "Don't Follow Trump" video. His answer was absolute. No, I don't worry about anything like that because I'm a leader and they do as I say. Then he dropped the hammer. What they did was traitorous, and they seriously broke the law. He says Pete Hegseth is examining it. He believes the military is examining it, and he thinks military courts might already be looking into the Democrats' behavior. This is unprecedented. Members of Congress and a sitting U.S. senator publicly told soldiers to disregard the commander-in-chief. That kind of act that, as Trump reminded, was historically punishable by death. He's clarified he's not threatened by them. He made one thing unmistakably clear. They're in serious trouble. Democrats tried to spark insubordination. Trump also signaled that the U.S. military justice system might be stepping in. So this is very much in line with the idea of the sum of all fears, that no one is sleeping, that what was just normal activity in the old days where these people could do traitorous, horrible things, arresting President Trump. This was sedition. This was traitorous behavior. But now we are in the sum of all fears. It is November 22nd. Yes, the rails of the economy have been rerouted. This is the quantum financial system coming, and the matrix is crumbling around us. When I think of, that I spent an hour talking about, well, you had this financial agreement with these people, So you have to pay the money unless you break the agreement. I'm like, does that make any sense? And I would pay them some money today, but they said, no, we don't want the money today because, it's just like this world, this matrix that they've devised is insane. It's Bizarro World from Superman. And we're well past that. We are aware of the Matrix. I mean, I don't know if Brian's still here, but Brian was trying to open his coffee shop for like a year. They were like, well, you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and then, oh yeah, what about this? And you didn't bury this. And I mean, I'm like, it's a fucking coffee shop, man. But this is the kind of insanity that we live with, and we've accepted as reality. And I can tell you from somebody who lives off grid, that is not reality. It is not reality. A windstorm is reality. A rainstorm that messes up the roads so you can't get out, that's reality. A beautiful sunny day that powers my solar system, that's reality. I have power tonight. I have a little bit of juice in my battery. Last night I didn't because it rained all day. That's reality, but spending an hour on the phone with cute T-Mobile, and I have to break a rule because I don't have the money today, and it's like, but you can't do this, but you can do that, and they were very charming about it. It was very sweet, but it sucked my life force out. It sucks out your time. Who has time to that? I got a wall to build out here. I got to put some windows up around in my enclave. I've almost completely surround. I mean, this is amazing. While doing this channel, I've almost completely surrounded the RV with walls. And once that last wall is in, I think we'll be a lot happier. Once I get with the toilet inside the structure, which is a big deal too. I mean, I don't even want to go into that, but this is reality. The truck, getting the gas in the truck is reality, man. It's like making sure the windows don't break on the way up the mountain that's reality. But T-Mobile, that reality is breaking. And anyway, it's good to be back. And thank you everyone for being so sweet. Oh wow, I'm way back. I'm way good to see you back. Thank you, everyone. It's great to see you again. Mossad couldn't say Bizarro World, yeah. 100%. The Matrix has been exposed. Yeah, and that's Jay Johnson. That's the key to all this. That's what the sum of all fears is saying. That no one sleeps tonight. These guys are not sleeping because they've had immunity. They never thought they would lose. They had the world they were going to just send us out to FEMA camps, man. And those of us who now I'm looking at my lawsuit. They're actually making some progress. I got terminated both from YouTube and my job for my medical decisions. But now they're reconsidering. Now it's everything is coming around now. This has not been, we're not talking about a couple of months here already. We're talking about, this is 2006. We started reading these posts in 2017. Almost a decade of our life has been, has been completely different than what we had been led to believe was the reality of the world. Everything is now about to be resolved, in my opinion. So I think this is a time of tremendous hope. I don't think one should get involved in the black pilling movement, in the this is the end of the world. I don't see that at all. I think this is the beginning of an incredible new age. And I've been encouraging everyone to invest in XRP and XLM because I really believe they have tremendous value and they will be going to the moon once the bad guys get out of the way. They're not gone yet, but once they get out of the way, these are going to be treasured assets. And I also firmly believe that, do I have one here? Yeah, that this is another incredibly important asset that you should have. It's a health patch. It's a LifeWave patch. It puts nothing in your body, but it makes life so much sweeter. It keeps you young, keeps you out of pain. It's a tremendous healing tool. So I'm going to play a quick video from this thought stream just to remind everyone that this is our income, and we really appreciate it. Both on the aspect that we appreciate the financial support, but we also appreciate that you're getting younger and healthier, and you won't be in pain all the time. So, oh yeah, so let me just put on the contact information. Get a hold of Dr. Stacy. It'll be a 3-minute call. It's not like calling T-Mobile. She'll have you in and out in 2 minutes. But call Dr. Stacy at 812-455-6897. Try the X39 patch for a couple of weeks, months, years, and I guarantee you will find your life will change in a very radical way. You'll have incredible health. The other patches are very important. Again, Dr. Stacy, you could email her. She'll get back to you. Maybe take a few days, but she'll get back to you. Yes, Stacy Howliger at gmail.com or 812-455-6897. You can text or call and get some of this incredible health. Like, we're used to like taking pills that deal with your symptoms. This actually, using phototherapy, using quantum technology, essentially, it reflects your own light back into your body and induces your body to produce certain, like in the case of XRP, certain copper peptides that stimulate stem cell production. So if you got a bunch of stem cells running around your body, man, you're going to feel good. You're going to be out of pain. So if you're taking Tylenol and you're going to your doctor, you might want to rethink that and just get some patches. The ice wave patches specifically for pain, but I find X39 takes away all the aches and pains. I'm 70 years old and I'm building a house and very active, have a very active life up here. I don't have time to be in pain. And I notice that when I don't have the X39 patch on my body, I do feel pain, and my back is sore, my legs hurt, but when I'm taking the X39, I'm just like, wow, it just. And I don't nap. I don't feel tired. I don't get this up and down stuff. It's really an amazing technology. Let me just play a quick film, and then we'll move on to a song or something. Let's see. Where do we go with that? Here we go. All right, let's watch this together.
You are a powerhouse of growth, of new experiences. You just don't know it yet. Let's change that, shall we? With innovation at our core, we've reimagined what's possible, harnessing the body's natural energy flow with light. Backed by clinical research, X39 stimulates the skin with low levels of light to elevate a key peptide linked to renovating and rejuvenating the body. This life technology supports improved movement, recovery, and overall health and well-being. You are Generation Awesome, shifting paradigms and creating new ones. We always knew you had it in you. Now it's time to prove it to yourself. Your adventures are only beginning. Discover the power and simplicity of doing more with X39. Be the light. LifeWave.
Yeah, I find it a very transformative addition to my life. Danielle and I put these patches on very religiously when we get up in the morning before coffee. And I will mention, as much as I love Brian's coffee, and I do love Brian's coffee, try Spiritual Bean Coffee on if you want to order it online. He makes everything himself. He roasts everything in little small batches. He's amazing. He mixes it. He's like, if you have the opportunity to go to his coffee shop in Prescott, Arizona, you'll have a very nice time. You'll have probably the best cup of coffee you've ever had in your life. I know Brian has served me a few cups of coffee, and they've been unbelievable because he has a whole method, and it's a science for him, and it's his love. But everyone should be doing what they love right now. That's the key to all of this. I was thinking to myself, I've mentioned this a couple times. When I was 15 years old, I wanted to be a songwriter. I started playing banjo when I was 15 years old, and I wanted to be. I just loved it. It was just amazing for me. And people were in the town I lived in. I lived in a sort of a very like kind of an upper crust Scarsdale, and they were like, you can't be a songwriter. You can't do that. That's not reality. And I tried when I was 19. I dropped out of college, and I spent a couple years in Nashville trying to get my songs published and playing banjo, and nothing really worked out. Eventually, just kind of came back, and then a few years ago, I called an old buddy in Nashville, and I said, Sean, I'm looking for like a music producer. I want to produce my songs. I've written a couple songs, and I want to put them down. I want to make a tape. I want to fulfill what I wanted to fulfill when I was 15 years old in my late 60s. He said, "Hey man, I'm a producer now. I'll produce your stuff. Let's work together and get it done." And we did. We produced 3 songs. So it's never too late to have a happy childhood. You are the one. We are winning. They are taking down the bad guys, man. No one is sleeping. It's Nussen Dorma. No one sleeps tonight, man, because there could be a knock on your door. There could be some broken glass, and suddenly you're dealing with handcuffs if you're a bad guy and you've been perpetrating these crimes against humanity. Justice will find you. That's what the sum of all fears is all about. So I don't know if anybody has gone fishing, man. I'm a magician. Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah. The original lyrics to my song "Language of the Heart" was uh, about being a magician instead of musician. But Sean and I talked it over, and we decided, let's make it a musician. So Lightwave is a pre-concept to come, right? And there's 20 years of clinical studies on LifeWave. So it is a thing to come, but it's been around for a long time, and the Navy SEALs used it. It's an amazing. Amazing technology, and I really appreciate the support we've gotten on this. My numbers are starting to do a little bit better. I mean, this is our grocery money, man. I mean, it's our window money. We don't, whatever. Anyway, you guys understand, but I really we appreciate the support, and we think it's better than just giving us like a donation. Some people gave me some problems back in the day, a couple months ago. They were like, they wanted something for that, and I was just like, that's not really. I don't really have time to be that way. It's like, but this way you get something and we get something, and if you're looking for a good businessman, I mean, I think it's great to share the stuff. I really enjoy working with the LifeWave company with Dr. Stacy. All right. So anyway, let me play. Does anyone have any love of being good sorts? Yeah, go to Spiritual Being, man. I recommend the Wyatt Earp, man. It's a new combination of beans. It's really amazing. And yeah, great to see you, Anton, and everybody else, and Carrie and everybody, Gary and Tammy and Leah Strong. Hey, Leah, it's great to see you guys. So yeah, we got 336. We were getting quite a bit on X, but I'm hoping that I don't know why X won't hook up with this, but I think eventually it will. In Notch, Minnesota, nice. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, we should be broadcasting for a while. But anybody have a particular you want to hear Matrix again, or we've been talking about the Matrix, so maybe we'll just play the Matrix song and say our good nights. Let's see. No, they didn't do this to me, did they? Okay, so let me try. That didn't work. Okay, so I guess it's not programmed. All right, so I'm going to play. Well, let me see if I can just get that up here. Okay, so this is like the fulfillment of many years of dreaming. I finally got to get my songs produced in Nashville, and yeah, grateful another day to yeah, another day, man. Absolutely, we're getting the band back together. Amen. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, 100%. And sorry we didn't get to come out to Prescott to visit you guys, but we will once we get our situation here a little more in line. I like the Rumble chat. Yeah, all these chats are good. I mean, it's a much more fluid. This is Restream. I just hope hope that X will somehow migrate over here so I can broadcast there as well. But let me play this tune for you guys, and we'll bid our. Let's see. Where'd it go? Here it is.
Living in the city, I was paying down.
What? How do I get rid of this person? How do I get rid of this person? Okay, sorry about that. I don't know how that got on there, but let's see if we can find. Jeez, we can recoup. All right, let's try that again.
Paying down my bills, one flat tire, and the whole thing went to hell. Credit cards for groceries, I'm deep in debt again. It's time to split this scene, walk with you, my friend. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the matrix, we're heading for the promised land. Stopped paying taxes, your insurance I don't need. The medicines are killing us, hospitals grow like weeds. Moving to paradise, I don't need no gassy cars. Fake news, endless wars, a satanic legal bar. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. My friends all tell me I lost control. Left my wife and job, just to run down rabbit holes. But I can tell you one thing about my fall. Where we go one, we go all. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. They stole our money, but they couldn't stop the plan. Let's go together, playing with the band. Leaving the matrix, heading for the promised land. Leaving the matrix, we're heading for the promised land.
So yeah, I think that behind the scenes, the real bad guys are going down. The traitors, the crimes against humanity, all these things, the people who have been running the show, and we didn't really understand it until 17 came along and explained to us. Oh, and it took us years to figure out that, wow, things are not exactly the way they seem at all. So anyway, have a great night. We'll see you in future broadcasts, God willing. It's all good. Yeah, it is kind of nostalgic. It's so nice to be back. And may the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. Your thoughts, your desires, your actions, your speech, this matters. Your vibrations. We're coming into a vibrational world, and everything you do or say, everything you think, in a good way, this is good news. Is going to draw us closer into like the 5-dimensional state that we've been kept from, and the technologies and the freedom of the freedom to create without worrying about money. I mean, I'm thinking to myself that I have, like, during the day, I'm like, there are two realities. There's reality, I want to finish the wall, I want to put the new windows in, and then there's like, well, can we pull off the money thing? Can we go down into town and get some windows? Well, I and it feels like it just tears you apart, right? You got this money thing, and then you want to be like a human being. And then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, I'm looking at this all wrong. The money thing, I mean, we go down, we're like heroes, man. We should enjoy this. We shouldn't be, I shouldn't, I go down, I have 2 credit cards. And when one gets, when they take one away, I have the other one. And it's like, we go into town and we're like, okay, we got this, and we're like running, it's not a negative. It's a struggle that we have to. So we have right now we have to fight the matrix and real life, but the matrix is coming to an end, and we're heading for the promised land. So may you realize that you are source. May source be with you. May you realize that your creative powers, your thinking, your love, your desires, the things you wanted when you were 15 years old are no different at 70. Right? We're the same person, but it's just that we've been kept down on the I shouldn't say the farm, but we've been kept down in the city, and now it's time for us to leave the matrix and head into the promised land. So let's see if I can do this correctly. So let's get out there with a big smile on our face. I'll see you, God willing, tomorrow night, and rock the world.